The Grand High Priestess of Propaganda is at it again. It's Shannon Watts. She's the big leader of this gun sense movement to try to take your guns away from you. And don't think for a moment that's not what she's trying to do. That's absolutely what she's trying to do. And propaganda is her tool of choice. So we have here a tweet. A 33-year-old Texas man getting ice at a self-serve machine was shot and killed when he accidentally got in the middle of a gunfight between two men in a Texarkana shopping center parking lot. Permitless carry going great. That looks pretty damning of permitless carry. I mean, you get this permitless carry law passed in Texas, and people are shooting at each other. Hell, we never saw that before. If only they didn't have this permitless carry, the guy who did this would have not been out there at all. He would have been a law-abiding citizen walking around unarmed, unable to shoot anyone. So what's the truth, though? Hello out there. I am trying to get through.
With his powerful brainwaves cradled in the warmth of reasoning, it's time for Johnny Walker Dread to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's the Johnny Walker Dread Show.
Okay, the imagery here is two good guys with guns going to a parking lot, and probably one of them banging the other one's fender or something like that. And of course, back in the day, people would argue and they would maybe even get in a fist fight. But now they got this permitless carry. And now ordinary people that would never have hurt anybody are now pulling out their guns and shooting each other. It's the wild, wild west. That is the image she's trying to portray here. But what is the truth? Well, guess what? Let's take a look at the background of the man who did this. All right, breaking news. Texarkana police investigate shooting in Oaktown Village parking lot. Oh, they got a demolition derby going on too. I'd like to see that. I love demolition derbies. Okay, well, before they started watering them down so much that nobody could get any speed going, now they kind of just rub against each other. But okay. There he is. All right, now let's read his background. Police make arrest in Oaklawn Village shooting investigation. The Texarkana Police Department has arrested and charged Latavian Larry. Larry? His last name is Larry? God, I'd want to shoot people too. With deadly conduct after his identification and video footage of the shooting Friday in the Big Lots parking lot that left an innocent bystander in the hospital in stable condition. Okay, let's go ahead and cruise on down. We have made one arrest in the shooting that happened in the Oaklawn Village Shopping Center. Officers arrested Latavian Larry for deadly conduct after a warrant was issued for his arrest this weekend. Using video from cameras at nearby businesses, Detective Cliff Harris was able to identify him as one of the shooters. A detective recognized him. Gee, I wonder if he's been in trouble with the law before. That was my first clue. When I read that, I go, uh-oh, career criminal. Larry is currently being held in the bi-state jail with $1 million bond. $1 million bond for a shooting where the person has not died. That seems kind of high. Gee, maybe he is a threat. There might be a reason why they're giving him such a high bond. Let's read further. We were called to the shopping center a little after 6 on Friday evening and found a 33-year-old man who had been shot. The victim and his wife were getting ice at the self-serve ice machine in the parking lot when they heard gunshots. He was struck once in the chest by a bullet that is believed to have come from a gunfight between two individuals about 50 yards away across the parking lot. Okay, so they transported him to the hospital and are continuing to investigate. Now, do you think, okay, so what? I mean, he shot this guy and maybe he's one of the good guys with a gun who just got outraged over a scratch on the fender and pulled out his gun and tried to even the score. Well, it turns out that good old Latavian Larry has a record. And it's a bad one. Texarkana man accused of shooting another man in the back on August 2nd out on $100,000 bond. He was out on bond when he shot that dude in the parking lot. It's lucky he got any bail at all. And in fact, this kind of shows that there is no real bail disparity when it comes to black versus white. He was already in real serious trouble, out on a $100,000 bond, and they gave him more bail. Amazing. Okay, now let's go ahead and read. Oh, by the way, there's the jumpsuit, same jumpsuit. That mugshot that we saw is from his earlier shooting. A 21-year-old man accused of shooting another in the back in August has been released from jail on a $100,000 bond. Latavian Quinte Larry, Latavian Quinte Larry, allegedly said, "You killed my cousin," before firing a bullet that struck a man in the back August 2nd in the 1400 block of Windsor Drive. The shooting victim reportedly told investigators that he is the father of a child born to a cousin of Larry's who committed suicide. Oh my God, I don't even want to dive into that. Okay, so here's what's interesting. Yes, Texas does have permitless carry, but it didn't go into effect until September, after this shooting. But Shannon Watts is using this latest shooting as proof that permitless carry turns ordinary citizens who would never shoot anybody into gunslinging hombres. Propaganda. That's what it is. And of course, all the people on that page were saying what? So the poor guy was killed by two good guys with a gun. Oh yeah, they were good guys. America keeps getting greater by the day. It works. The propaganda works. She didn't have to tell people the truth. No, she didn't have to even lie. She picks out these incidences because they sound like they are the work of, guess what? White, middle-aged men with guns. Just a couple of responsible gun owners. Which one was the good guy with the gun? Texas is now the Wild West. Yes, permitless carry was a super great idea. It works. This is the chaos they want. This is the work of the Texas Taliban, evidently. Coming to Indiana soon. The shootings, not permitless carry. Republicans already gifted us with that blessing. Well, in exchange for votes, so gifted may not be the right word, purchased with blood. Yes, that's better. So sad, revolting, and unnecessary. Another perfect example of our well-regulated militia, in effect. I don't think they know what well-regulated means. The USA, where your first enemies are your neighbors. The USA, where defending yourself is not only a right, but an obligation. Well, yeah, I don't have a problem with that. If only he had a gun. Look, a gun's not going to protect you in every case. That's called a straw man argument, and the left uses it all the time. Why are Texas gun owners not preventing this? Permitless carry was supposed to give them freedom to completely stamp out crime in Texas within 90 days. Who said that? Jeez. Permitless carry allows you to protect yourself. That's what it's designed to do. Okay? No, we did not expect the ordinary citizen to go out and become a vigilante, hunting down criminals and preventing crime. That's not its purpose. It's to prevent crime from happening to you. They can take guns anywhere, anytime. So why is gun violence still a thing in Texas? Well, it was a thing before permitless carry. They think that nobody was shot in Texas before permitless carry? Really? Okay. That's how they think. Like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and don't listen to a damn thing that Shannon Watts says.